you are trying to do a project of any size or significance, the timeline from conception to completion can be variable. If you're doing, say, just a small bathroom, you can expect a construction project like that to take about 4 to 6 weeks. That's all the way to the end, including paint, punch, cleanup, window cleaning. But I think the part that people don't give enough credit to is the design portion of that project. To do a project effectively, well done, with high quality, in 4 to 6 weeks, you have to spend maybe 2 or 3 months of design time. I know it seems hard to wrap your head around. Oh, I know what I want. I have a picture of what I want. Your bathroom's different than whatever that picture is. Your budget is going to be different than whatever that picture shows. So taking your budget and your goals and producing an end quality project, a lot of times is a 6-month turnaround. When you want to do a big project, that same timeline can be 12 to 18 months of design. And that's in order to do a project in 6 to 12 months. So start planning as soon as you can. People always call us, hey, we want to get this job done by Christmas. And it's October. Well, yeah, we could get the project done by Christmas if you are ready to go with a full set of plans, but most people aren't. So think ahead, plan for design time, be realistic about that, because the timeline we give you is going to be accurate. We're not going to pull any punches. We are 100% on our completion.
I really feel that a great designer or a really good designer can help a client save money and time. And how that can be achieved is from the very beginning, if the client can be very clear about the budget that they do have to put toward the project, a good designer will work within that budget and give the client everything they've ever wanted and more. The time spent on a project varies according to the amount of work that they would like me to do. I can meet with the client, once every week for a basic new construction project, or I can meet them once a month or once every 6 months, depending upon the pace that they set. What I like to say to clients, especially those that are thinking about building a new home, if they can get a good designer on board right when they're planning with the architect, that is the very best scenario. Because if you can quite imagine, an architect is great at designing the home, the shell, placing the windows and the doors and all the little details that go into a great architectural space. But what a good designer is all about is how will that space function once that shell is built. So if I can come in early on, I can actually lay out the furniture in that basic preliminary design to see if it's actually going to work for the client the way they had envisioned. The design build is actually together under one roof, and there's one point of contact responsibility that the client actually checks in with. So it streamlines the process and it makes the project actually more efficient and reduces the amount of risk and increases the responsibility of one person, but yet it's just much easier to work with one person than 2 people. So it speeds it up and helps the client save money.
We choose to make our efficiencies more on the front end, streamlining the design build cohesively together as a unit. I mean, communication is key. It's number one. Communication aside from the design process, but also all the way through the end. Kathleen relies heavily on me to vet the designs to make sure they're accurate for pricing, and as the project unfolds, I rely heavily on Kathleen to make sure that the project is being executed in a way that's representative of her design. What do you tell people, Kathleen, when you're at an event, like maybe a party or something, and people are talking about a project with you, and they say something like, well, I don't need a designer. I already know what I want. I've been thinking about this project for 10 years, and I know exactly what I want. What do you tell people?
Well, it depends, because if they're very dead set in their ways and really don't appear to have an open mind, I just let that be.
That's smart. You're a smart person.
But then if I feel that there's, maybe a little bit of flexibility, what I'll do is I'll just kind of show them ways that a good designer can help make the project better than what they had expected. And a lot of clients do have great taste and can design certain things, yes. But what a really good designer can do with years of experience and lots of education and credentialing, we can actually pull that design together in a way that they can't even imagine how to pull together. A lot of folks can design maybe a little bedroom and a few other things, and that's great. But where I come in is I actually look at the functionality of the space and the overall aesthetics of the space to make sure everything ties in beautifully together, so that in the end it doesn't look like a hodgepodge or a mix match of a design. To me, it's about setting the expectation from the very beginning and being truthful and honest about the process, the costs, and everything like that. And what you see is what you get with me and with Chad. I feel like we lay it all out, and maybe the cost sounds a little bit too much or maybe not enough, but at the same time, we're going to lay it out just the way it is. We're not going to lie or tell any, mistruths, if you will.
I think there's just a fundamental misunderstanding with the bidding process. You send a contractor out to bid, they don't understand the project, they don't know it. They haven't designed it alongside the architect or the engineer, so they're seeing it for the first time, they're learning it, they're reading it as best they can like a book, but they don't want to put too much time into bidding it because they might not get it, and they have other projects that are paying them, so they throw numbers at it just to get the project, and they figure, we'll work out the details later, and that's where the change orders happen. It starts with a fundamental understanding of the client's needs and a budget. That initial design is invariably more than what the client thought they wanted to spend. They don't know that until they take it out to bid. Then they get 3 bids and they realize the price is too high. So in our process of design build, we always start with a budget. A $5 million budget, $50,000 budget. It doesn't matter what the budget is the process is the process. We work backwards from that budget to achieve the client's goals